Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we are reviewing Arrow Season 2, part of the Arrowverse. Next up will be Flash Season 1, and then Arrow Season 3. And it's just cool doing this Arrowverse universe. So check out my Arrow Season 1 review if you haven't yet. And I've heard, I'm going to say Arrow a lot apparently in this review. I've heard that the first two seasons, first couple of seasons of these shows, especially Arrow, are the best ones. And yeah, this season 2 of Arrow honestly made it a must watch for me. Like, if anyone is a fan of DC characters, at least Arrow season 1 and 2 are kind of a must watch. 1 is a good setup. It's a great season, but it's just a very great setup, and then season 2 builds off that. I mean, it has its flaws, and I'll get into that. But season 2 is almost probably the perfect kind of, it's the most perfect CW show you're going to get, or season at least. It's got its forced drama in there, and it brings down Laurel's character. She's just got like alcohol problems the entire season now. And Felicity gets a little bit annoying in this season, but like, it still is a better season because the first half of the season is still a lot of build up. We instantly come off of the tragedy of the ending of last season. It wasn't really a tragedy, but the city got absolutely pretty much, part of the city got hit with an earthquake, and Arrow himself, Oliver Queen, feels like he shouldn't be Arrow, so he's like gone, and then everyone convinces him to come back like right away, and he comes back, and people are still dealing with the consequences of the ending of season 1, which I really liked, and it was for a couple episodes. We got even Oliver's mom in this season. I feel like Moira Queen has a really good side story. She's like has this running for mayor story and like this redemption arc going on, because she was kind of involved with a lot of the bad things that ended in the first season. Uh, so there's a lot of consequences from the ending of the first season. I like that. What I didn't like, though, is some of the consequences, like certain death, kind of got retracted. Some deaths didn't, but some a death did. And I don't know if I like it or hate it. He wasn't a lot in this season. I'm not going to spoil anything too much. But deaths get retracted all the time in these type of shows, and that kind of sucks. But they still stuck to a lot of the punches that was pulled in the first season. Anyway, what this season 2 is about mainly is the first half is, like I said, kind of a build up, kind of getting back into everything. We got a Robin-esque character, the Red Arrow. I think he's going to turn into in Roy, and Roy is dating Oliver Queen, or the Arrow's sister, Thea Queen, and their relationship in this season is actually pretty interesting, just because like he's trying to hide his powers from her, and he's just kind of getting taken over by the Mirakuru. The Mirakuru is like this drug that people get to basically turn them into meta humans or superheroes, or people with powers. And it might be interesting to see how they use that down the line, to see if they explain more superheroes like that. And like I said, the first half of the season is set up for characters. You get some John Diggle stuff. Really like John Diggle, basically Oliver Queen's right hand man. He gets like his own little Suicide Squad kind of episode with Deadshot. That's pretty good. A pretty good episode. I think it's called Three Ghosts. Oliver Queen, or an Arrow episode where he gets visited by basically the ghosts of past, present, and future, which is just. I mean, I guess it's not really like that. It's three ghosts, people he's known that has died and that have come and visit him. It's just a really good reflection episode, and I won't forget that episode. Uh, and yeah, we also got the introduction of Barry Allen, the Flash, basically, and this is how the Flash got his show. I really enjoyed his episode, and he was actually in 2 or 3 episodes, I think 2, of this season. And when you see him, you're like, wow, this guy's likable. I want him to be my Flash. It sucks that the Ezra Miller, the Flash in the Justice League movies, just doesn't quite hold up to this guy. And I've started watching Flash season 1, and I still hold to that. I'm barely started it, but still. And also, what else do we got going on? Like I said, Laurel's story is kind of weird, and her father's kind of back and forth. I really liked his character. I really liked both those characters in the first season, but not as much in the second season. We also get Sarah Lance, Oliver's Queen's like girl that he brought on the boat with him, and Laurel's sister. She like has the first version of Black Canary in this season, which is done very not memorable. I mean, she has some cool fighting scenes. She actually kicks some ass. I'll give her that. But she's just not played very well. She just wears like a Robin Hood like mask, just like right here, and she's got long blonde hair. And she sees her sister like all the time, and they're like, "How do you not know that's your sister as Black Canary?" It's very hard to take. It breaks your disbelief, whatever. So basically, scenes with like Laurel, um, the Black Canary with Laurel, and Laurel's father. Just that whole family just kind of had shitty things. Not really entertaining scenes or anything in the season. But overall, the season had no filler. Really, I think like one episode was kind of filler, but that's it. It was way better than first season. Way more focused on the first half of the season was on Brother Blood was the villain. And Brother Blood, I mean, I guess I've watched some like other reviews of this, season to see what other people think. A lot of people didn't like him as a villain. I thought he was cool. He's basically Scarecrow for a while, and I remember seeing Brother Blood from the Teen Titans show. He was like a whole season arc on that, so it was cool to see that character come back. But slight spoilers, but it's why you're here. I'm 6 minutes into the video. No one's probably watching this far, but why you're here and why you're watching this season for like why it's a must watch is for Deathstroke. Slade Wilson. Slade Wilson was in the first season, and in this season he's still Slade Wilson until he becomes Deathstroke, obviously. And it's really great. The flashbacks in this season aren't as good as the first season's flashbacks, but they're still really good because they basically tell Deathstroke's backstory and how he becomes Deathstroke, why he hates Oliver Queen, and basically why he's pulling the strings behind everything the whole time. And I enjoy that. I get that there's shit. I wanted a little bit more Deathstroke fighting on camera, but you do get that towards the end with an awesome Arrow and Deathstroke fight scene, obviously. But I wish there was a little bit more. But at the same time, it's a little true to the character. A lot of the live action, or not live action, but even animated movies for Deathstroke don't get his preparation and planning and his intelligence down. They just get his killing. And he's basically a really smart Deadpool, and like he's a very serious guy. I mean, he can die, but he heals extremely fast, and he's planning things, and he tortures Oliver this season pretty much by hurting the ones around him, not like killing them, but hurting them and hurting his business and then the actor who plays him, Manu Bennett, as Slade Wilson or Deathstroke is just perfect. It's the best live action version of Deathstroke we will probably ever have. Manu Bennett also played in like Spartacus. That's the only thing I could think of him being in. But he was Crimsix in Spartacus. I actually really like that show. But yeah, so we got Deathstroke, like the best version of Deathstroke possible. A really good beef between him and Green Arrow that's explained. We got this whole Robin character that I enjoy in Roy, and his relationship with Oliver's sister that's progressing. Emotional ending, emotional last few episodes. The final episode's kind of just a big fight, and it's not quite as good as the final episode of the first season. But the last like 5 episodes are at like better than anything in the first season. Like the combination of them all. It's just, to me, this was a perfect CW season for what I expected. If you go into these CW shows, knowing you're going to get a little bit of forced drama, knowing you're going to get a little bit of disbelief stuff, not the greatest action season. You're surprised when all these things actually do have good writing, good characters, good acting, good fight scenes. Like, you're just surprised when all these things are happening. So yeah. Anyway, guys, my final verdict on Arrow season 2 is going to be a 10 out of 10. That's a little up there probably, but I think this is going to be the best season of all of Arrowverse. That's my prediction. I could be wrong, but I'm going to compare every other season of every show probably to this standard of like a villain, of the flashbacks, of the turnarounds, of the emotional ending, and the sacrifices, and the character developments, and just all the cool DC references as well. There's a Birds of Prey type episode where Huntress comes back. I really enjoyed this season, probably more than most people. I just think this will be the standard for CW shows. Is it really a 10 out of 10? No, but it's a 10 out of 10 for me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and let me know what you guys think of this season of Arrow 1 and 2. Let me know both seasons what you think. Thank you. Peace out.